Cu Chi, South Vietnam, December 1st, 1968. Hello again, this is Alan. I hope everything is going well back home. I received your tape yesterday, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed Bobby's talk, and I really got a couple of good laughs out of his explanations of the party. Joanne really must have looked funny as a money tree. I think she was a little embarrassed about it herself, because the letter that I got from her yesterday said that she went to the dance, and that, to the masquerade party with you, and that she had a very wonderful evening, and she said that she danced a lot with you, but she didn't go into too much detail about it. I really laughed like crazy when Bobby said that she was more or less embarrassed to come out to go to the party with him as a money tree. And I also teased her in the letter that I wrote her today about her dancing to one of her old recreation bands, and I asked her if she knew Wayne, and I should get an answer from her shortly. You say that Mickey came back from Spain and that he looks like Christ. I guess he does. He's got that heavy beard. I got a letter from Mickey about a week and a half ago. Nice letter telling me that he's back in Spain. He plans to go back to Spain too. And it was very nice and informative. And I'll probably drop him a line in the next week or so. I guess he really does like Spain. How did you like tending bar down at Bogey's? That must have been something, huh? What kind of drink did you bring Roman back? I mean, wow. I'm very happy that Bobby went to see Cooksy's father, because last time I saw him, last time he was sick, he said to me, he says, how come none of you never came down to see me? Like, I never knew he was sick. After all, he'd moved away, and then I didn't see him too much after that, so I figured, well, he just didn't come down this way anymore. But he asked me how come we didn't come see him, so I figured, well, at least Bobby ought to go down there and see him, and I'm also glad that Bobby went to see Cooksy's baby, because I guess time does go by quickly, and who knows, the baby just might be going to school. I was very happy that Clifton beat Montclair 27-20, I believe the score was, and if they beat Garfield on Turkey Day, I imagine they would be tied for the PVC and have a good chance of taking the state title too. I hope they do. And answering Patty, I'm happy that she got her license, and she was kind of lucky if she was that bad and the guy gave her a license, though. She was pretty lucky. I hope that the Coles all enjoy their new car, though it's not brand new, but what can you say? And that one area in there where Patty said Sparta, wish they could play Clifton. I don't know. I think Clifton would smear a smaller school. And I hope she keeps it up on the honor roll. I can't see how she could stay on the honor roll, really, and come home from work at 11 o'clock each day and go to work at 6. I mean, it's kind of rough. Hope she does good on her college boards, and she said that it snowed a lot down there. That's what everybody's been writing me, a lot of snow on the ground. Well, Nixon won the election, I see, and I'm very happy that he did. Most of the guys over here in Vietnam were hoping for a change. I mean, this whole war seems like a farce now that you're here, and people really don't give a darn. I think I told you the little story about, in my last tape, about Mama-san saying, "Buku war," or I should say, a lot of war, a lot of money. Why, I started to say buku. It sounds like a baby term, but over here, buku means big or many or a lot or something like that. And when you say, they say buku war, that means big war, buku money. a lot or big money. So buku war, buku money. The reverse is a little bit is TT. And everybody runs around here, you know, if you've got a lot of time, you got buku time. If you've only got a few days or a few weeks, you got TT time. So there's a little lesson in, I guess, Vietnamese slang. Getting back to Nixon, I just hope that he does win I'm happy that he did win the election, and if he doesn't do any good, I hate to say it, but if this war is still going on when he comes the next election, if all of these guys here vote the way they say they're going to, it's going to be a Wallace election next year. I was truthfully surprised that Wallace came along as strong as he did this year. Lester also put in a few words there, and I understand that he's working very hard and tired. And just lay off the drinks at Danny's there. Sure, that'll knock him down a little bit. And boy, I was surprised to hear Leslie on there. You know, she sounds a lot like Ricky. Her voice is very similar to his. I guess all the little kids' voices are mechanically on a tape. They sound the same. In a very cute way, she said, "Come back home, I love you," and all that stuff. I wonder if, when here's a question I want to throw at everybody. When I talk on the tape, when I play it back, it sounds to me like I am talking very fast. Does it sound like that to you? I mean, this tape is going at the speed that I have it on, so my tape sounds like I'm talking fast. I just hope I'm not. I'll try and slow down a little bit sometimes. Let's see what else. And Leslie also said that she's losing her teeth, and I guess she looks like anime now. And that she also received her first Holy Communion, or she will receive her first Holy Communion. I'm not too sure. I don't remember right now. And let's see. Then Brad said a few words, and Brad really sounds good. Oh, the tape recorder. He sounds like a very intelligent young boy now. And Dorothy wrote me a letter a few days ago, and she said that Brad's baptismal name was Bradford Lester John Cole, which is surprising because I guess Father Lawrence put the John in there because he didn't believe that Brad or Lester was a Catholic name, so Brad's got 3 names, 3 first names, Bradford, Lester, John. And he said something in there about a turtle and a catfish, and he's gonna put them in a bowl and see who comes out on top. I mean, that's wild, isn't it? Roman said a few words here with Maryann. Let's see. The last tape of records really came out great. That was the best, clearest, and most distinct recording that I've received so far. I think I've received 4 or 5 tapes of recorded music, and that last one was really the best. I don't know what it is, but I think most songs with a bass guitar or with deep bass drums don't come out too well, or the high voice like Del Shannon's, or sometimes the Four Seasons like Don't Think Twice. That doesn't come out too good because, after all, this is a 2-track tape recorder, and it doesn't record, or it can't record all the high notes that these guys occasionally reach, or the very low notes that some of these bass guitars hit. So if you can just sort out some of those and just play some that are in between, it would be a heck of a lot better, like you did in this last tape. And they really did come out good. I guess experience helps. I guess we're getting a little bit better each time that we do this. Let's see. And Roman also said that they go shopping for old golds. I guess old golds are really going off the market nowadays. I guess nobody really smokes them except Daddy. I know down here in Vietnam, they have almost every brand you can think of, but they don't have old golds. I guess Daddy's one of the old men that smokes them now. I guess that's a dying out cigarette. That's Daddy's favorite brand, though. Maryann said that she went to see Dell's little program that she put on, and then she did like a dance striptease, and Maryann said that Mommy was all upset, but I don't think it was really that bad. Dolores wrote, and she said that, boy, she's just like she has nothing to do now after all that practicing and stuff. It all came to an end, and she was very used to doing it. Let's see. And then that little story about walking into the door, Bobby walked into a door and hurt his toe, and Roman wouldn't drill his toe, so Bobby had to do it himself. I hate doing those things myself. I can't see how anybody could really want to do it. I'm happy that Maryann got the 2 days off after Thanksgiving. I remember working at Howard Richardson Scale. I was very happy always to get a few days off. 4-day weekend is such a wonderful thing. We had 2 4-day weekends just before I came in the Army last year, for Christmas and for New Year's. And believe me, if I wasn't coming into the service, I really would have had a ball then. But that's the price we must pay as being Americans. She also said that Roman got a new job at some biscuit company near Howard Richardson Scale. I believe that's the same biscuit company that Bobby worked for, although they have changed names now, if I'm not mistaken. No more NBC, huh, Roman? I guess you get tired of traveling that far. I know a lot of people that work in New York say they do. And he's working in some kind of controller payroll program. I don't know. It's something different. At the end of the tape there, Maryann and Roman were talking together, and if you can remember back when the Gemini space missions were going up, they'd broadcast the thing all day and all night, and Chet Huntley and David Brinkley would just sit there and repeat things and really talk slow and try and drag things out because they had so much time and really nothing important to say. And that's what Maryann and Roman sounded like at the end there, but they did manage to throw in a few interesting points there, and I enjoyed it very well. I understand that it's very hard to make a tape. Too bad Maryann has to work those longer hours now. I know I always looked forward to an hour for lunch. I used to take a nap by my desk, or just take a walk when it was nice weather outside. And in the summertime, I used to go watch the little kids play in the park or something like that, sit underneath the tree and gab with my friends and work. Well, it looks like this side of the tape is running out, so I'll just cut it short for now, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay? Marcy, do you like your new brother? I wish I was there to see him. It won't be long now till I get there. Hello, Marcy. Do you know who this is? This is Uncle Alan. How are you? Well, hello again. This is side 2 of the tape on December 1st, 1968. We'll continue on with a little bit more that Maryann asked me this one question, and she said, how can you talk so long and use up a whole tape when you talk? And a conglomeration or a mixture of people cannot even think of how to complete a tape. Well, when you're here by yourself, it's kind of a really drag. I mean, you make friends, but you try not to make too good of friends because you hate to see them go. And like I have this friend Carter, he's a company clerk here, and we were good friends ever since I came in company. But he's leaving in about 9 days, and that's one good friend that I'm losing. And since I came in July, that was like a slack period. Very few guys came in. And most of the guys now will be leaving in March or April, so I'll be one of the old-timers here, being that I came in July. I think there are 4 guys that came in July, 1 in August, 2 in September, a few in October, a lot in November, a lot are coming in December, and naturally a lot will come in March and April again to replace those guys that are leaving. A lot of guys are leaving right now for the holidays, too. A lot of guys that I've known since the whole time I've been here, 5 months. It'll be 5 months, December the 4th, excuse me. And there's always a lot of things to say. You can always answer the tape. You can always answer the questions that people have written to you or spoken to you over the tapes. And there's always a cute story that you can throw in, or you can just think what comes to your mind. I think that's the easiest way to do things. I mean, to be, I don't know, I can't really say it, but I think I'm going to be developing to being a very good talker, because I just say what I want to say on these tapes. I mean, anything that comes to my mind, I say. And it makes you think a little bit sometimes, too. Actually, what I do sometimes is when I receive a tape, I just jot down a few notes of what I'm going to say, and then I look at the notes, and I just talk from there, and then about half the tape, I just go on my own way and for my own will and say what I want to. And let's see. I got the tape yesterday in the mail, and I've got, let's see, 2 other blank tapes, and I still had one left over from the last time due to the fact that I was very busy. And I also got a letter from Mother, and everything in there says that everything is okay. And I was very, very happy that Marcia had a baby boy. I mean, I was very happy because that's what I wanted. I think they're very happy, too. Francis Mann the third. Congratulations, Frank and Marcia. I think Marcia still should be on Ackerman Avenue when this tape arrives. At least I hope so. And the mother also said that the baby was 7 pounds 11 ounces. That's a good-sized baby. I was very happy to hear that Mom and baby are doing very well. Actually, I got the news of the baby from Anime about 4 days ago, and a nice letter that she sent me, a quick note just saying that it's a boy, and I was very happy to hear that. I'm looking forward to the next tape with the possibility of the baby crying on there, and maybe a little bit of Marcy talking too. Let's see. According to what Mother says in the letter that came with this recent tape, that she was very busy there for a while cleaning the house, and that I understand that you don't have to write all the time. I mean, I'm getting used to the country now. I'm used to it, but not really used to it like I would stay the rest of my life, because I don't particularly care for this consistent climate of being always hot and humid, and one time dry and the next time rainy like crazy. And I do hope that Aunt Helen and Aunt Lou get very healthy and recover. Aunt Lou must be really getting old now, huh? I certainly hope that all gets better with them. Happy birthday, Mother. I know it's a little bit late, but I think I wished a happy birthday on my last one, too. By now, I think you got my card, and I had the Mass offered for you on that day, November 27th, which was a Wednesday. I tried to get down to the Mass, but we were preparing for an inspection, and I just couldn't make it. Well, let me tell you a little bit more of what happened. This past week we were very busy, and I didn't get a chance to write too much because we were preparing for CMMI. It's something or other maintenance inspection. And I had to order a lot of parts, and believe me, it took me a week working morning, noon, and night to order all these parts that the VHF bunker has requested me, and that's what I am in charge of now. I no longer work as the supply clerk due to the fact that that specialist dingo that I was telling you about didn't get along too well down at the motor pool supply, so they switched me. They put him in supply clerk, and they brought me down to field supply, which is not too bad, but there's too many lifers there, or sergeants around, and they're always watching you, what you're doing, and asking you stupid questions like any lifer would. But all in all, it's not too bad. And last Sunday, we got a promotion to Spec 4, which is equal to corporal in pay, but not in authority. And the only difference between PFC and Spec 4 is the $50 a month increase in pay. Big deal, I guess, you know. But I'll take it anyway. I've got 8 more months, I guess, left in the Army, or actually 12 if I come back to the United States to finish up my duty. And that should come in handy. 12 times 50 is what, $600? I guess that's good in any man's book. That was good to hear, get that promotion. So I'm really not low man on the barrel. There's still a few PFCs around here that are lower than me and have buku more time, too. I got a letter from Al Jerkowitz yesterday, too. He's the guy that was in Vietnam for a while. He volunteered for the draft right after high school. And he wrote me that his brother was coming here. And he said, poor Joey, because he's an infantryman. So I decided to see if I can get Joe, because Al said that he's in the 25th Infantry, and he says, are you attached to them? I said, oh, yes, I am, to my cell phone. And so right away, I got dressed into my military uniform and went out to the 25th replacement, where all the troops for the 25th Infantry are processed in. And I went down there, and I asked the clerk there if I can speak to a Joseph Jerkowitz. And it wound up that I missed him by an hour. Can you believe that? Missing a guy that you know by just an hour. I mean, if that mail call would have been at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, I would have been able to get in touch with him. Well, anyway, I asked to where he was going, and they said second to the 27th, which is the Wolfhounds, a unit that uses dogs and all that nonsense for pushing out the VC. So I went down there, which wasn't too far away, which is only about a mile away. I walked down there, and I looked around, and I waited for him, but I couldn't find him, so I guess I'll have to just wait until I hear from his brother, although I'll try, I guess, tomorrow night and the night after, take another walk down there and see if I can find him one more time. But I'll have to wait to hear from his brother to confirm it if I don't hear anything from him. And I also got a letter from Robert Hudak. He writes me maybe once every 2 months or so, and it's always good to hear from him. And he wrote me about a lot of things, that he goes out and he works with younger kids, and he talks at, he is a guest speaker at some high schools every once in a while to talk on certain things. Like one time, he was asked to talk on sports, and he told me what he had to talk about, and it was pretty interesting. I always enjoyed his letters, and he told me also that Mother met his sister at one affair, Patty Sabo's wedding, I believe it was, or shower, and she mentioned that Bob writes me, and he said that Mother was very happy to hear that he does. And I do receive a letter from him every once in a while, and for a busy guy like that that's really going to school learning to be a priest, I mean, he's got a lot of extra work on him than any other college student does. I really appreciate hearing from him. He did write a nice long letter. I mean, a 4-page letter on both sides, and that must have taken about 2 hours, believe me. And it's surprising. His handwriting used to be sloppy when he was in grade school, but now it's a lot neater. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I guess I covered almost everything for the time being. Oh, Turkey Day. Thanksgiving here was kind of a drag. I mean, we worked a half a day, and we actually did nothing. We were just finishing up for our inspection, which we were inspecting any day. We worked a half a day. In the afternoon, we had off. The big meal was at noontime, and we had turkey roll, which was a disappointment. They always say, that they get real turkeys down here, but that's a lot of nonsense. They had one real turkey, and the rest was all turkey roll. But anyway, it was better than nothing, and they had fruits and vegetables, so it wasn't bad. The stuffing was the same old Army stuffing. It really tasted terrible, and same thing with the potatoes, but they tried their best, and what can you do? On average, the food really wasn't bad here. In the evening, we had cold cuts, which was blech. But believe me, I enjoyed myself, and the main part was that we had half a day off, which was the important thing. In the afternoon, my friend Carter and I, we played horseshoes, and we lost 3 games in a row. But one thing that was funny was that I made two ringers right in a row, and he made one. So I guess we held the record for today for most ringers in a row by one team. And we just went wild. We just couldn't believe it. And that evening, I just sat down and relaxed. I didn't write any letters. I didn't do them. Well, maybe I did write a few letters, but I really didn't do too much. I just relaxed. And let's see. Right now, everything's slowed down at supply because we worked like crazy getting ready for that inspection, and now we really have nothing to do. I went to church today, and they gave us the afternoon off again because there's really nothing to do. But I guess in a few more days it's going to get really busy, and we'll have a heck of a lot to do. Well, I can see that the tape is running out, so I'll say goodbye now. And God love you all, and I hope to get another tape out maybe sometime next week. Okay? Until next time, God love you and keep you all. And happy birthday, Marci. Pearl Harbor Day, right? Happy birthday to Marci. Happy birthday to Marci. Happy birthday to Marci. Happy birthday to you.